always think, who would lie about that? I got my hair cut for this. Yeah, I did. Well, I told my stylist, I was like, do you have something that'll bring out my ears? You do? Great. Let's do that. And she did an amazing job. She really, look at these. Look at them. They haven't looked this good in years. They really haven't. They really popped tonight. This is called The Nice Young Man, if you're interested. If you want to get one yourself, you go into any barbershop in America and say, one nice young man, please. It's my Nana's birthday and I need to look presentable. They don't usually recommend this haircut for stand-up. They usually do not. But I don't know how to tell crowds that I'm Mormon, so I like getting a haircut that does it for me. Establish it out of the gate, I say. Walking around like, who's that big-eared Mormon that just came in? How'd you know? I'm Mormon, but for some reason people don't believe me. Everywhere I go, I tell jokes about being Mormon, and without fail, someone will come up to me after the show to fact check me. Just, are you really Mormon? Really though? Are you really Mormon? I always think, who would lie about that? Who am I trying to impress in Oakland tonight where I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll pretend to be Mormon. Then everyone will love me. They won't. They will not. I once told a crowd I was Mormon, and a man in the audience told me that he would like me better if I were a sex offender than a Mormon. Right? I was like, what about both? What would that do for you? Would that make it a little better or a little worse? Trying to figure you out, you weird dude. Listen, we're Mormons, we're not great, but we're better than sex offenders. That's not even a debate. Like, the government has already settled that for us, okay? Because when a Mormon family moves into your neighborhood, they're not legally required to go door to door and introduce themselves to everyone. I mean, we do that. Sure, but no one's making us. That's the difference. No judge forced me to be here. No court told me to make this banana bread for you. I was excited to meet you is all. Whipped you up a loaf. Has a sex offender ever made you banana bread? No, I didn't think so. Score one for us. It's Mormons 1, sex offenders 0. What's up? Actually, that's an uncomfortably close score now that I say it out loud. We should not brag about that. We should score more points, probably. Maybe we should do something besides banana bread. I don't know. Meanwhile, there's a sex offender in here going, we should make banana bread. Why don't we do that? People would love it. I like this Mormon. He's got a lot of good ideas. I'm gonna buy some bananas on the way home. And not for the reason I usually buy bananas. He usually eats bananas. Like, he's never made banana bread before. I don't know where you guys are going with that. I actually spent most of my life not knowing how Mormon I was. I had no idea. And I know it sounds weird, like people don't believe me when I say that because I look like your typical, naive, mild-mannered Mormon, but what they don't understand is that amongst my people, I am like the baddest ass that we have. For real, I watched The Walking Dead. Do you have any idea the street cred that buys me in my community? People fear me, okay? They call me the scourge of Salt Lake City. But everywhere else I go, people just treat me like the homeschooled version of George McFly. And that hurts. It's a hard pill to swallow. But they're not wrong. Here's when I found out how Mormon I was, the moment that it hit me. I was hanging out with a bunch of comedians. We were in a bar. Alcohol was being served, just to paint the picture for you, okay? And these guys started talking about how they don't like shots anymore. Like, they used to like shots when they were younger, but now they're all too old for shots, right? And for 10 minutes, I thought we were having the weirdest anti-vaccination debate. Too old for shots? I don't think that's a real thing, guys. That's not real. No one's too old for shots. It's flu season. Go get your shots, guys. That's it. We're all getting shots tonight. All of us are getting shots. Let's do it. And they were like, oh, Aaron, you are too cute. You are too cute. Why don't you wait in the car until we're ready for you to drive us home? How about that? You seem a little out of your element in here. Maybe be more comfortable in the parking lot. I'm sick of being the designated driver, though. I hate it. I hate it. And I don't get me wrong, like, you can have fun drunk, and you can have fun sober, sure, but you cannot have fun if you are the only one who is sober. That is a nightmare, all right? If you haven't had the opportunity, it is like being the RA of a freshman dorm. It's bad. You're forced to be responsible for a bunch of people that can't take care of themselves. You have to peer mediate all of their disputes. And you feel a little guilty every time you hook up with one of them. A little bit. A little bit. Now, you know who I love, though? Drug dealers. I love drug dealers. Do you guys know any? They're fantastic. I look for them wherever I go. Wherever I'm at, I look for them, and if I see one, I walk right past them. Because it doesn't matter what city I'm in, they always say the same thing to me. They're always like, what's up, man? You need something? Huh? You need something? And I don't, okay? I don't ever need something, but I'll tell you this much, it is nice to be asked, okay? It is nice to be included for once. No one ever asks. The last time I was offered drugs, I was 16, and it was part of an Eagle Scout role-playing activity. Wasn't even allowed to say yes to the imaginary drugs. So thank you for asking, sir. Make a boy feel pretty. Thank you. So nice. I'm so Mormon, I can't use my car horn. I can't. Because I don't think it accurately represents who I am on the inside. I'm not that angry. I'm really not. Why does it have to sound so angry? Why can't they make a car horn for me, right? I want a car horn that like conveys a message. I want it to make a noise like, hey! Hey, buddy, how you doing? You doing all right? Good, good, great, great. That arrow turned green, and a few of us back here were wondering if you had seen it, or... It's no big deal, no one's mad, no one's mad. I just wanted to let you know. If you saw it and you just wanted to finish your text first, that's also okay. We'll wait for the next one. That's a good looking sweater, that looks good on you. Is that the Gap? Hey! That's the horn that I want. Because that's the only thing I've ever wanted to say to another car. But that horn doesn't exist. There's only one horn, and it doesn't matter how gently I push it. All that comes out is, hey, idiot! Move your car, moron! And that's not me, okay? It's not how I talk. I tried to do the honk and wave, you know, where you honk and then you're like, this is a stupid horn. No, you're fine. Have a good one. But I don't think that works. I'm afraid all that guy sees in his rearview mirror is me being like, I did it. I called you an idiot. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You're so dumb. Oh man, sweater makes you look so fat, by the way. So it puts me in a tough spot. Especially as a comedian, I drive a lot. I do. Drive everywhere. Last weekend I was in Boise, Idaho. You laugh, but that's like the appropriate response. That's a very appropriate response for Boise, Idaho. It's just two white girls going, ah! It summed up the whole town right there. That's it. Nailed it. Anyway, I didn't know Boise was such a scary place. Did you? I have never been more frightened for my life than last weekend in Boise, Idaho. I saw the scariest sign I've ever seen. I've never been more scared than when I drove past Boise's Army-Navy surplus store. And there was a marquee out front. It only had 4 words on it. And it said, human-sized duffel bags. Why? What are you doing with those? What? Please tell me this is a sting operation. Like, you had a serial killer on the loose and you were just trying to lure him indoors right now. That's all we're trying to do. Please tell me Boise isn't actually in the market for human-sized duffel bags. Can you imagine working in that store? Every day people are coming in, the human-sized duffel bags. Of course, those are on aisle 7, right past the infant-sized backpacks. You'll see them. Kind of hard to miss, because they're human-sized. Now, I'm no fan of government surveillance by any means, but I do think if you ever buy a human-sized duffel bag, you should be put on a list for the rest of your life. We should check in on you periodically. Make sure you still have that duffel bag somewhere. Make sure it's still just lacrosse sticks inside, or whatever. Whatever you have. The weekend before that, I was in Portland. And while I was there, I saw a girl that was wearing a shirt that said, "Nerds are cool." And I thought, are they though? They're not. I don't think they are. They're not. Listen, they're not. Contrary to popular belief, okay? Last time I checked, those kids who are out LARPing every Saturday weren't using their foam swords to fight off the ladies, okay? That dude with a weird neck beard who stays inside all day making YouTube tutorials for the latest Minecraft updates, he is not cool. He's not. I'll tell you what's cool. What's cool is for cool kids to act nerdy. Yeah, you just appropriate the stuff nerds like, pretend that you did it first, and make it suck, okay? It's the same thing white people have been doing to all the stuff black people like, and it's gotta stop. It has to stop, okay? You already have so many things that the nerds don't have, like friends. Could you just let them have Doctor Who? Could that be their thing, please? I'm sick of it, and I know there are people, everybody got real quiet on this, and everyone's like, oh, I don't know. He's not talking about me. I'm very nerdy. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm talking about you, actually. I am. Oh, wait. You're a fan of one of the highest grossing and most beloved film franchises of all time? How nerdy of you. How peculiar you are. Just want to get to know you. You're not like the other boys. Have you read the Hand of Thrawn trilogy? Do you know how many replicas IG-88 made of himself? Are you single? If you answered yes to these questions, maybe you're a nerd. Maybe. But if you just own the trilogy, congrats. You're at the same level of nerdiness as, I don't know, John McCain, okay? Doesn't make you nerdy. Also, Harry Potter, too. Liking Harry Potter is not nerdy, okay? Honestly, actually kind of weird at this point, really. I feel strange. I feel like I'm the only person in my age group that isn't still obsessed with Harry Potter. There's 30-year-olds everywhere who are like, I'm a Ravenclaw. No, you're an adult, Sarah. You're 31 years old. Your letter's not coming, all right? You gotta let it go, Sarah. I get that we loved the books when we were kids, but a book that you read when you were 12 can't still be your favorite book today, okay? It can't. Like, if you asked me what my favorite book was and I told you The Hatchet, you'd think I was an idiot. And you would be right. This dude hasn't read a book since 5th grade. No, I haven't. I have not. But Gary Paulson speaks to me. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Have you read Brian's Winter? Oh. I might like it more than The Hatchet, actually. But also, I never even thought it was that good of a book to begin with. I can't, like, people treat it like it's a masterpiece, and I'm just... Sorry, it's not. J.K. Rowling did not write a masterpiece. She wrote Star Wars with sucky lightsabers. She did. It is a direct ripoff of Star Wars. I am positive of it. Have you ever looked at them side by side? Oh, what do we have here? It's a young, male, orphaned protagonist who, for his own safety, has been sent to live with his aunt and uncle until a mysterious bearded stranger, who's actually the one to deliver him to his aunt and uncle when he was a baby, comes into his life and starts to teach him about this ancient kind of magic. Granted, he's going to learn a lot more about this magic from an older, wiser wizard who's high most of the time. Regardless, his uncle is totally against this magic stuff. He won't even tell him what really happened to his parents, but against his uncle's wishes, he leaves home for the very first time, makes some new friends, meets a pretty, impetuous young girl, and though there will be an odd sexual tension between the two of them throughout, he will only ever love her like a sister while she struggles with the feelings that she has for his best friend, the scruffy comic relief. Of the existence of this supervillain who killed his parents with his sorcerer's ways before he started calling himself Lord something or the other. But quite fortunately, it turns out that our hero is naturally good at flying and locating incredibly small targets. 2 centimeters? That's not impossible. I used to bullseye snitches on my firebolt back home. They're not much bigger than 2 centimeters. Don't touch the goblet, Cedric. It's a trap. Anyway, while I'm yelling about stuff that everyone loves but me, can I tell you how much I hate Ikea? Ooh, touchy. Guys, it's a garbage store. They took everything that I hate about Walmart and Home Depot and Legoland and rolled it all into one nightmare store. Listen, if the first thing you have to do when your customers walk through the door is equip them with a set of instructions and a map, you've made a bad store. This is on you. This is ill-conceived. Well, whatever. We got our dumb map and we're making our way past the Sniglar beds and the Ophistope couches and the... Oh, what's that? You wanted to go back to the Sniglar beds? Too bad, because you're caught in a steady stream of consumer salmon that's pushing you further down these obnoxiously narrow pathways. All I'm saying is if there's ever a fire in Ikea, we're all dead, okay? All of them. Look around. We are trapped in a maze made out of particle board. None of us are getting out alive. But that's okay, because look, you found your Hovis crib. Oh, you love the Hovis crib. You want to buy the Hovis crib. Great. You're gonna need to walk 1.5 miles down to our giant cathedral of cardboard boxes. And once you get there, you gotta find the right aisle number, and then you gotta find the right shelf number, and then you find where Indiana Jones left the Ark of the Covenant. And then boom, there's your Hovis crib. Now, would you like an employee to help you and your pregnant wife take Jay-Z's crib to your car? Too bad! We only have 6 employees in this mega store and they're all making meatballs! This is a joke, right? This feels like a practical joke that Sweden is playing on us. They just want to see how far we'll take it, you know? I see them brainstorming ideas like, and then we will not give them any bags to carry the items. And they will must carry the items in their arms. Herven. That's an incredibly accurate Swedish impersonation. They punctuate all their sentences with herven. All. Whew. America. We're still here. Wouldn't you know? Guys, did you know last week our Senate voted to add $10 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years? Yeah! Can we never complain about the debt again, please? I never want to hear anyone complain about it. I feel like it comes up every election cycle, and somebody's like, America has $17 trillion in debt. How are we going to pay that back? Are you serious? We have $17 trillion in debt, okay? We ain't paying nobody back. That was never a part of the plan, okay? You can't get to 17 trillion if you're planning on paying it back. That's the kind of money you take from a loan shark when you think you're gonna die next weekend. Relax. Still, people are always worried about China. That's the one you always hear. China! We owe China $800 billion. America's in trouble. No, China is in trouble. Because they've lost $800 billion. Do you know how much rice that is? That is so much rice that they will never get to plant because we stole $800 billion from them. But what if we default? That's always the big worry, right? If America defaults on its debt, China could repossess us. China couldn't even repossess Taiwan, okay? They live next door, all right? You're gonna be fine. Do you know there were so many Chinese nationalists in the audience tonight? That joke hit a lot of you very hard. Oh, don't bring that up again. We really missed those Taiwanese guys. We wish we had them back. Oh. I apologize. I didn't know it was going to be such a sore subject for you guys. I'm really sorry. No, I don't believe we have a debt reduction plan. I don't believe anyone in Congress cares or thinks about it at all. I used to think that our plan was just warheads. Like, that's why we had so many, you know? If anyone ever tried to collect their money, we would just fire one off. Chapter 13, suckers! So, clean slate? Clean slate? Clean slate? That's what we thought. That's what we thought. But now, with the president we just elected, I think it's pretty clear our plan is to collect the insurance money after we burn this whole place to the ground. Too soon? Fair enough. I don't know. Still, though, is it safe to say that America peaked in high school? Do you feel the same way? Like, we started strong. We started very strong, and we got very cocky. Then we lettered in 2 world wars, and we were the big man on campus, you know? We were just handing out wedgies left and right. A couple atomic ones for good measure. We were bully, man. We were mean. But now, it kind of feels like everyone else is doing pretty well, and we work at a T-Mobile kiosk in the mall. We're at the reunion, and everyone has great jobs and great health care, and we just finished reading The Hatchet. And you know what? It was just as good as Mrs. McPeak said it was gonna be. I loved it. I loved it. Plus, I'm building this pretty sick wall in my backyard. So yeah, you can say things are going pretty well. Speaking of which, can I borrow like $100? Wall's not gonna pay for itself, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, China. Thank you. I knew you were good for it. Very good friend. Have you gotten back together with Taiwan yet? No? Still a sore subject? Okay, all right. Just thought I'd ask. How was your guys' Christmas? What was that last noise? There was like a consensus woo, and then I heard like a dying something. It was like, meh. Woo! And then the tail end, meh. That didn't sound human. It sounded like you stepped on a weird squeaky toy. Was your Christmas okay? You all right? Whoever made that noise does not want to speak up now. Like that's just their regular voice. That's like if he's gonna make fun of me, I'm not gonna talk anymore. Sorry. I got the worst Christmas gift ever. It was from my mom, and it was a calendar of inspirational quotes. And it was as bad as it sounds. I tried to use it. I was like, sure, I could use some inspiration. Why not? But the first quote of the year was so dumb, I threw the whole thing in the trash. Like, I was like, I don't even want to get to February if this is how you're starting things off. This is bad. All it said was, isn't it amazing that every morning you get to wake up and remember who you are? No? Not really. I don't know. First of all, if the first thing you have to do every morning is remember who you are, you're an alcoholic, probably. That's probably who you are. Is this a 12-step calendar? What is this, Mom? Where'd you get this? But I also disagree with the quote, right? Like, I've woken up many times, not that great. Maybe if everything has worked out for you in this life, then yeah, I bet it's fun for you to wake up, remember who you are. I bet it's great for Tom Brady to wake up every morning in his giant Tom Brady house and his big Tom Brady bed, and he's like, oh, who am I? I can't remember who I... Are you a supermodel? Wait a second, I'm married to a supermodel? Get out of here! Get out, no. Are these Super Bowl rings? Hold the phone, did I win 4 Super Bowls on last-second field goals and interceptions that I had nothing to do with while I was sucking air out of footballs on the sidelines? Oh, that's right, I'm Tom Brady! Greatest of all time. Feels good to wake up, doesn't it, Giselle? Feels great. Ready to start the day. Someone fetch me my Uggs. Let's do this. I'm ready to go. But if you're just like the assistant manager at a T-Mobile kiosk, you don't wake up like that. That guy wakes up every day. I was really hoping I wouldn't wake up this time. How many pills are you supposed to take? This is ridiculous. Try again, I guess. I don't know. A lot of Chinese T-Mobile employees here tonight. Good for you guys, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm worried about? It's like I've taped 2 versions of the joke where I say he has 4 Super Bowl rings or he has 5 Super Bowl rings, because today he has 4, but by the time this special airs, he might have 5. And I want this thing to be timeless. You know what I mean? I want it to be timeless. America might not exist when this special airs. We might have to cut out the whole middle section. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. But that wasn't even the dumbest part yet. Here's the dumbest part of the quote. This was the part that made me throw it in the garbage. This quote that said, "Isn't it amazing that every morning you get to wake up and remember who you are? Unknown." What do you mean unknown? You mean they don't know? They can't remember? What? Who is this overly optimistic amnesia patient writing the quotes for your calendar? This is kind of bumming me out. But here's the thing about inspirational quotes, they're all unknown. They are. I guarantee you every single quote your sister has ever shared on Facebook was unknown. Because if you actually knew who said it, it wouldn't be that inspirational. 9 times out of 10, it's just a woman who gets paid to write things for the stationery company. Like, her name's Cheryl, she drives a Camry, she's not that inspiring, you know? I just imagine this guy being like, "Boss, I got a great quote for the calendar, check this one out. Life isn't about avoiding the rainstorm, it's about learning to dance in the rain." Ooh, that is a good quote. Who said that? Funny you should, Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein said it, but it's a good quote, right? Oh, it's a great quote. Let's put unknown on it, though. Don't tell people Saddam said it. Let's not. In fact, tell them Marilyn Monroe said it. I think Marilyn Monroe will do well with this quote. Give that one to her. Marilyn Monroe didn't say any of the things we think that she said. And if she did, who cares? She is famous for what? Like having sex with a president? Can you imagine if one day your grandkids were sharing Monica Lewinsky quotes as their inspirational meme for the day? Like, what? That's an interesting choice, Denise, but okay, I don't know. But still, every day there's thousands of people sharing things like, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." Which, actually, that was Saddam as well. That was also Saddam Hussein. So, now you know. You guys remember Saddam? Remember? Remember when we found him in that hole in the ground? He had all the crazy hair. We were just laughing. And he was like, "If you cannot handle me at my worst, maybe you don't deserve me at my best." Dang, Saddam, that is good. That is inspirational. Someone write that down before we hang this dude. I like you guys. So so much sympathy for Saddam Hussein in this room. He'll be happy to know when you meet him in heaven, you just give him a big hug and be like, Saddam, this guy tried to make fun of you. I wasn't having it. I wasn't gonna laugh at you. Not after I knew how much poetry you had in your heart. Really changed the way I felt about you. Oh, man. So, I'm a dad. I'm a dad and I love being a dad. I like it a lot. Just from the second my son was born, I was just overwhelmed with the fact that he was mine, right? Like, I made him, like he came from me. Like, look at those ears. I gave those to you. You are mine. It's a beautiful feeling, you know? And it would always be something incredibly silly, really stupid, but I would get so excited anytime he had anything in common with me. Anything at all. I was like, you like fruit snacks? I like fruit snacks too. It's crazy. You like green beans? Dude, I love green beans. You are my son. You like mom's boobs? No, you're not wrong. I get it. I get it. It's just confusing for daddy. Mixed emotions, I guess. Don't know quite how to describe it. Oh man, my son I think was just weird about breastfeeding though. He was just weird about it. We're okay with that word, right? When I was in Boise, a woman didn't like, she told me that was not a polite word to say. She didn't like the word breastfeed, and I was like, I don't know what to do for you. Boob snack, does that sound better for you? I think it sounds worse, personally, but I just don't want you to put me in a duffel bag after the show, so whatever you want, I guess. Anyway, my son was weird about breastfeeding. He would do this thing where whenever he was eating, he would look for me in the room. And he would find me, and he would make eye contact with me. Just until he was done or I left. He was just staring me down the whole time. And mommy loved it. Oh, she did. She's like, oh, look, it's a bonding moment. He's looking at daddy. Kind of feels like he's eyeballing daddy. But sure, yeah, potato, tomato. Can we be done bonding for today? I feel very bonded right now. Let's stop. I hated it. I would come in there and he'd be in the room doing his thing like this, just. Oh, I'm sorry. Did these used to be yours? Get in line, big guy. I'm doing both sides tonight. This really hit home for you. Listen, you're right. It is that funny. They all should be. You should be more like her. Anyways, once we got past that little phase, everything was great. Everything was wonderful. I really love being a parent. I feel that you learn things about yourself as a parent that you couldn't learn anywhere else. Because your kids put you in situations you would never otherwise find yourself in. All right? And that is when you learn who you really are. That's when you learn new things. For example, my son loves puppy dogs. Loves them. He talks about them. He watches Paw Patrol all day long. He loves them. One day he came up to me with the strap off of his mom's yoga mat, and he wanted me to wear it around my neck like a leash and be his puppy dog. And I thought, this doesn't really sound like a game I feel like playing today, buddy, but thank you for asking. To which he replied, "You the puppy, yeah, you be the puppy." And I was like, okay, I did not know it was that important to you. Sure, I will be the puppy, absolutely. Yes, I'm wearing it. All right, are we happy now? And he's like, "Get down, puppy, get down, puppy." And I was like, good grief, okay, sure, Dad's down, Dad's a puppy, woof, woof. Isn't this fun? Are we done yelling? And then he pulled out from underneath the couch a day-old plate of French toast sticks. And he brought them to me. And he said, "Eat it, puppy. Eat it, puppy. You eat it. Eat it, puppy." And I was like, okay, puppy, eat it. Eat it, puppy. And he pet my head and said, "Good puppy. Good puppy." And I thought, I would not do well in prison. That is something I learned today. Thank you, son. Thank you. And thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. That's it for me. Thank you very much.